again. Oh, wow. Sunday night again. How did it get round to being here again so fast?
TikTok.
Really, really delighted to see you all here this evening. So lots of you know me already. My name's Hazel Thomas. I'm an STL in the business, on the verge of going to GL, teetering at the moment, but we're working hard on getting that happening. But this business has been amazing for me, and really excited to be able to share and help and hopefully give you all some thoughts and top tips to take away this evening as well. So we're going to be talking about events, but I've got a co-host on the call with me this evening, well, I call him Dad, but to the rest of you he's known as Peter Hannon. So Peter, Dad, say hello, pipe up, how are you doing?
I'm not actually Helen, although it says that on my screen. although it's the weekend.
Brilliant. Lovely job. So can I just ask everybody before we get started, can you just mute yourselves if you haven't already, just to make sure that we don't get any background influence and everything. So Dad, just give us a quick overview. Who are you? How long have you been in the business? Where are you in the business? And anything else that you feel like you might want to add.
Well, we've been in the business almost exactly 6 years now, Hazel.
Is it that long?
It's that long. You came to us and said that we spent all our money looking after you lot, so you were going to help us build this to give us some money for our retirement and dotage. I think what you didn't tell me at the time was that all the income we generate is willable. So I think perhaps there might have been an extra criteria there.
From my perspective, comes back to me, eh? Brilliant.
Yeah, that's right. We're currently TL, working towards STL, and building quite a steady business up in the north of Staffordshire, so miles away from the depths of South Wales. Although I understand it's quite mild down there at the moment.
Yeah, it's quite nice. Brilliant. So we're going to be talking about events this evening, and everything about events, really. Leaders say that these are the absolute glue that holds our business together. Everything we do will be progressed and enhanced and move forward and just improved if we attend events. So we thought we'd expand on that a little bit this evening and give you all a bit of an insight and a bit more information. Please excuse my camera zooming in and out and black and white and all the rest of it. I've got no idea what it does. I've spent many hours trying to figure out how to stop it, but it seems to have a life of its own and I can't figure it out. So I apologise. You'll just have to bear with me. So before we get started, Dad, there's one. We were chatting earlier, planning all this evening, and there's one quote that you kind of said that you've always picked up as your favourite thing that you've taken away from an event. What was that?
I always remember it's our first event. We were told to make sure we were here in 12 months' time. I didn't understand it at the time, but I since realised that if you move from one event to another 12 months to the next 12 months, it just stops temptation to quit at any time. When things aren't going quite so well, and it's very, very important. It's small steps. It's like the old story: how to eat an elephant. Small steps at a time. Let's take it one chunk rather than saying I'm going to be here in 5 years. I'm going to be here next year. I'm going to be here next year. That's
brilliant. And yeah, just take it 1 year at a time. 1 year at a time. It makes so much difference. But if you commit to being here this time next year, you will be amazed at what you can achieve and how it moves forward. So. The key, as we say, it's all about events are the glue that hold this business together. And the key to this business is getting yourself along to as many events as possible. But why? Why are they the glue that holds everything together? And what constitutes an event? Well, I'm glad you didn't quite ask, but I told you, because that's what we're going to cover this evening, and that's what we're going to tell you all about. So essentially, what constitutes an event? It's anything and everything whereby you can associate with other people doing the same thing, doing the same business, and potentially learn different skills or new skills and get a little bit of motivation to move you forward. So there's lots and lots of different ways of attending events. You have got the obvious things such as opportunity presentations. business launches, trainings. The company put on so many trainings for us, which are amazing and generally speaking are free. You can go on them as many times as you like. They are absolutely fantastic. Team meetings, okay, a lot of people do them, physical team meetings. I know we've got one happening in Newport tomorrow evening, but then also Zoom calls like this is kind of like a virtual team meeting, and we get, you know, loads of people here. The benefit of that, of course, is you can sign in from your sofa with your pajamas on and with a glass of wine to hand potentially if you want to. So I saw that Julie sneaking a little sip. So yeah, Zoom calls, brilliant. It's a great way of associating. And of course, don't forget, we've also got a selection of big events happening during the course of the year. Okay, the company put on 3 major events for us, and they are amazing. So we've got Express Day, which is the company's annual conference, happens every single year in Tesco's. No, it doesn't happen in Tesco's, it happens in Telford. And on the, I think this year it is the 16th and 17th of March. And it's absolutely incredible. Now, you don't have to be there both days. By all means, you can be. But the content is repeated on each day because there's so many people that want to attend, they can't physically get them all in the room. Although it's huge, it's massive, they still can't get everybody in. So they repeat it on the second day. So some people go along and get it twice, and some people just go the once. But going once is the minimum, okay? And then we have Mad Day. So this is Massive Action Day, which is our annual kind of biggest distributor-led event, our annual let's get people moving forward after the lull of the summer holidays and get people moving with lots of enthusiasm. That tends to happen around the middle of September. And again, they have those some up north, and also they have it repeated the following day down in Cheltenham. So they're fantastic. And then in January, as lots of you will have just experienced, there's the kickoffs, which happen all around the country, slightly smaller events, but again, there's a great vibe to them, lots of enthusiasm, lots of hints and tips and motivation. So that kind of tells you a little bit about what events are. But Dad, there's loads and loads of key benefits to attending the events. And, you know, Dad's going to kind of go over those briefly. And then I think we've got a few people lined up, Dad, haven't we, to hear their experiences firsthand.
Yes, I'm hoping we're going to be talking to Chris and Emma shortly. And then also to Adrian.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
yeah.
And Toby and Julie.
Yep. And we got Kath, and we got Toby and Juliet, lots of people. Yep. So, Dad, just quickly before we get started, what are the key benefits to attending the events?
Well, I think you know, they're very important to help you see a bigger picture, particularly for the people who are coming in to have a look at it for the first time. They may have seen a distributor, but you know, an opportunity like this to see a bigger picture is very important. Right, it's also to give you motivation, right, and association. Association is one of the biggest things, I think, because as it was Charlie Tremendous Jones said, you are the average of the 5 people you associate with and the books you read.
So true.
So they are very, very important.
Brilliant. Yeah. Okay, so Dad, I'm going to let me see if we can find Chris. Chris, we're going to cut to you first. Dad, I think you have a chat with Chris to find out a little bit about Chris's experiences of how events have helped him. Okay,
thanks. Are you there, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Chris, I know you're very good at bringing new people into events. How beneficial do you feel they are as a tool with new people?
Sorry, say that again.
Okay. I know you're very good at bringing new people into events. How beneficial do you find them, or do you feel they are as a tool with new people?
Oh, fantastically beneficial. You've got so many like-minded people in the same room, all thinking in the same direction. There's just so much positive energy in the room. Top tips, ideas. There's so much. I mean, even on the smaller scale, on a home team meeting, you know, you've got all the team together. And we're all thinking the same thing and driving the same way. So it's massively benefiting all the new guys. And to be fair, it benefits people who host the meetings as well. So yeah, everybody gains. Everybody.
Good. Yeah. how useful do the newbies find the social proof of seeing such a wide range of people at events?
Very useful. I think that's probably what seals the deal for most people, especially at the opportunity presentations, because they do see that it is for anybody. Yeah.
So, you know, basically, if they can do it, so can I, sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's brilliant. Thank you. And I know you regularly host team meetings. So apart from giving out a lot of great information firsthand, how would you say that the association of these and other events affects the people in your team?
Because you're not just creating a team, you're making friends. So that gives an extra bond, and lifetime friendships, to flourish then alongside the business. It just makes it that much more special, I think.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Brilliant. Thank you very much, then, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Hazel?
Thank you, Chris. I think they always say, isn't it, the teams that play together stay together. So it's the key events and the socials and the team meetings, just getting everybody together, I think is really, really effective. Awesome, Chris. You're a superstar. Thank you very much. So I'm now going to cut over to Tobias. Let me see if I can get you unmuted there, Toby. There we are. Perfect. How are you doing, fella? You all right?
I'm fine, thanks. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So, Toby, am I right in thinking you joined the business back just before Christmas?
Yeah, just before Christmas. More to get it out of the way before Christmas, and then really push the business after Christmas.
Fab. Because you had stuff happening and going on just before Christmas, so you weren't really in a position to do anything. But you did make the effort to come along to the kickoff, the Southwest kickoff event in mid-January, didn't you?
I did. Jan, my mentor, she wouldn't stop going on at first, but then I was excited to learn about the business a bit more. So I thought, you know what, let's go to the event and see what it's. Well, I wasn't sure what it was going to be about, if that made sense.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what were your expectations before you went?
Do you know what? I have this little joke because my other half is not really into the business yet, if that makes sense, And so
I'm 8 years in and mine still isn't, don't worry.
Yeah, and so I constantly get this conversation about you go off to your cult meeting sort of thing. And so I smile, and I really had a bit of a unknown to it with regards to what the content would be or anything like that, but more I don't know, I wasn't sure if it was going to be training or if it was going to be just sharing the business, what other people were doing. Like I said, it was completely unknown, really.
Okay. And then how did the reality compare? What was the reality of it like? How did you come away feeling? So,
pros and cons, I'm not going to lie. It made the business real for me.
You're right.
So from making it real, so many people from different backgrounds, be it single mums, dads. I sat next to two deaf guys, couples, and then it just made me realise that it's not a fad. It's not like a small time thing. This is something. And what I took seriously from it was you get what you put into it out. Yeah. And it became achievable, because before that, I've had a lot of problems with family being almost obstacles, whereas I found Joe Public being easier to approach.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people get that.
Like many of us.
Yeah.
But the being at the event, it made it, like I said, achievable and made the business real, and then in turn it increased my support network, because I met a lot of the Welsh contingent. I met all the Cornish contingent up there, and then it gave me the platform to ask those questions to people as and when I needed to. Brilliant. The guest speakers, I thought Big Al and Tristan, they really stood out as being big characters, and my one word I took from it was options. It sounds silly, but they were saying, you're not selling anything, you're giving people options. And like Chris touched on just a second ago, it's that being part of a club. It's refreshing to be part of a group of people that are not your normal social group. Yeah. People that I would never ever meet. I'm in the Navy, so I would never meet half the people. And what is quite nice is actually making new friends, speaking to new people, getting new perspectives on things. that's what I'm excited about. Express Day coming up. You know, you get to spend more time with those people, and they're avenues that you just would never have come across in normal life.
Absolutely. And that's so true, Toby, because it's lovely to hear that from a newbie. But from my perspective now, having been in this business for 8 years, the friendships that I've made have just, you know, with people that I would never necessarily have met otherwise, it's a game changer. It makes so much difference. So I'm really pleased and delighted that it was a really positive experience for you and that you had a good time, because you came away, I assume you came away feeling all motivated, because you've actually been out there and started gathering customers now, haven't you?
Yeah, I was really, really motivated. You know, I'm a bit of a, like I said, I'm in the Navy, so I'm a bit more direct. So the whole, when we had people crying at one point, I was like, oh, good God, this person's crying for some reason. And there was a lot of don't give ups, but everyone's at different stages. So for me, that wasn't necessarily the I needed from it, but then you take that other people might need that motivation to keep going. And so I came away from it thinking, it's more the fact that it wasn't the motivation, it was like I said previously, it made it all achievable. If I put the effort in, I'm going to be potentially where they are in 2 years' time, 3 years' time.
Absolutely.
And then you move down the line. For me, it was about the business is about giving me options in the future. Options again, yeah. But
it's so true though.
And that's why it really gave me a kick up my ass a little bit. Amazing.
And you got your ticket and you're all excited for Express Day?
Yeah, I'm excited. You know,
amazing.
Once again, it goes back to the not quite sure or aware of what I'm going to be getting into up there, but at the same time, I'm excited.
It's a fantastic event.
Yeah,
you absolutely will not regret making the effort to go. Toby, you're an absolute superstar. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being prepared to come on the call and talk to us this evening. Thank you.
That's okay. The only thing I would say is it's pretty much all down to my mentor, Jan. Without her, I wouldn't have got anywhere near this point. So yeah, and she's a pusher in terms of, she knows if I don't respond within a day, she knows I've got to get on him and on him, sort of thing. So yeah, she's great.
Amazing. Yeah, she's a bit of a gem. You've got a good one there. Make the most of her. Yeah. Thanks, Toby. Thank you.
No worries. Bye.
Thank you. Now, while I'm here, we're going to cut to Julie next. Similar kind of circumstances in that you were brand new going to the kickoffs, Julie, weren't you? You'd actually been in the business for just a whole week. And I'd said, brilliant, welcome to the business. Come on, get your ticket. You're coming with me on Sunday because we're going to the kickoff. At which point you went, what's that all about? Didn't you?
I did. I did indeed. Frightened me to death. I felt
Bless you.
So you were luring me into some cult.
You did, like Toby, you did actually say to me, is this a cult? What are we doing?
Is this a cult? Where are they going to lock me up to?
But we had a good road trip down there. There was a big group of us in the car, didn't we? We had a bit of fun from it. And just quickly, Julie, what was your big takeaway from it, from the day?
I think for me, it felt like family, friends, you know, the friendships, they were just one big family. And I just loved the way that people were being honoured for their success. You know, and again, you know, you get what you put into it, but you could see that it's so successful. And the same as I think Chris said just now, you know, you get whatever you put in, you get out. But you know, it's the opportunities and you know, socialization and all that, meeting people like yourself, Hazel, I wouldn't have met. But just the encouragement really of everyone. Everybody's so positive and encouraging, and even, you know, like WhatsApp groups and things like that, even though I've got millions to read sometimes, you know, it's just, yeah, it was good. It's just the opportunity, and if they can do it, I can do it. That, you know.
Absolutely. And I think perhaps also the social proof, as we were saying earlier, and the realization that actually everybody's nervous to begin with, everybody's scared to begin with, but actually it's those little baby steps that we've always talked about. Just keep doing it, just keep doing it, just keep doing it, and the business is gonna keep going, and you're gonna keep learning and developing that belief and that confidence.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Definitely. Yeah. I just, you know, I'm, as you know, we chatted earlier today. I have my peaks and troughs, and I worry about things that maybe I shouldn't worry about. But I guess that's all part of the learning curve. You know, learning new things, taking things from individual people, but especially you, Hazel, being my mentor and friend. You know, I know you miss me if you haven't seen me for at least 36 hours.
I get withdrawal symptoms. What can I say to you?
And the feeling's mutual. But the other thing was, Pizza Tuesday was a great opportunity for me as well to meet, some people from Cardiff. You see their names, but just putting faces to names was a great thing, really.
Absolutely. And actually, that's one of the events that I missed off the list earlier. Pizza Tuesday. How could I forget about the dough balls? So brilliant. It is all, and that's all kind of giving you a positive mindset going forward, and giving you that bit of belief that you can get it going forward.
Yeah, just got to give it a good go, I think. Do you know what I mean? I'm only 5 weeks in or something like that, or 6 weeks in maybe.
Not even that, a month yesterday.
Oh, was it? Oh, really? Cool.
Not that I'm counting. Amazing. Julie, you're a superstar. Thank you so much, my lovely. Thank you. Okay, Dad, back to you.
Okay. Hi, I'm hoping I can talk with Adrian. Is Adrian there?
He is here. Sorry, Adrian. There you go.
There you go. Yeah,
hi, Adrian.
You all right?
Hiya. Adrian, I know you're a great believer in personal development.
Yeah.
How have you found that events have helped your personal development journey and mindsets?
The events. I've been listening to everything what's been said. So, events. I think it's one of the non-negotiable things you have to put on your calendar. It just helps you with belief, and not necessarily in yourself. That can be developed with personal development, but it gives you belief in the company, which is extremely important. So you can start recommending from your heart, and you're actually using it from your heart rather than just your mind. And it gives you an opportunity where you can realize that this is a profession, that you can actually have a career with it, and putting the time into it is not just what you gain, but it's actually helping other people. So like Hazel was saying about the social proof. So you get there to those events, and you see these people making it happen, and you start asking yourself, if they make it happen, why not me? So I think it's attending to company events. It's really powerful for everyone who's supposed to be there.
So it has a direct effect on your own personal mindset as well as.
It helps you ask some questions. So, for instance, that's where my first question is what do I really, really want? Is not with this business, but what do I really want to do with my life? Because you see, it was an opportunity here which I never had, and we all had that when you think that it's too good to be true, and you see all these people, and you go to an opportunity presentation, the numbers are smaller, as 40, 50, 60, if you are in Cardiff, perhaps 100. But when you go to big events and you have thousands of people, and they all make it happen, you start asking yourself, if they can make it happen, definitely, I can do it, as long as I go to the training and do what I'm told, and learn the skills, because it is.
Okay. Have you had any light bulb moments at an event, Adrian?
Yeah, I have light bulb moments all the time, and not just when I go to events, but yeah, at events, when I go and I listen to a lot of stories that they are told, and I usually steal a lot of the stories, and I start saying to people, in front of what these stories are, and when they are more relatable. So if I meet a teacher, I speak about someone who is a teacher. If I meet someone who is an electrician or a builder, I have a story about those people. So yeah, I think it's really powerful.
Excellent. Okay, thank you very much. Pass back to Adrian so the time moves on. Okay, thank you very much, Adrian. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you, Adrian. So true. Absolutely true. It is completely a non-negotiable. Events absolutely are, whether they be trying to get into the team meetings regularly or the Zooms, but absolutely. They always say the people who attend the Express Day and the kickoffs and the MAD, their business is always on average about 6 months ahead of those that don't. Can we afford for our business to be 6 months behind everybody else's? I'm not sure I can personally. But the next one anyway, moving on, the next one I'm going to chat to is the lovely Catherine. So Kath, recognition is such a massive part of our business. And obviously at these events, recognition is a really, really big thing. So I just wanted to kind of touch base to you, really, Kath, because you've recently qualified as STL, so massive congratulations for that. I'm so delighted for you. But you also received recognition in a small way at the ops and at a head office event we went to, and you're going to be receiving recognition on stage at Express Day as well for that. How does that feel? What's the reality of that for you?
You know, for anybody that would actually know me, and Jan would go along with this as well, because obviously Jan's my sister, for those people who don't know. I mean, I originally was, and still am to some extent, quite a shy person. So getting up on stage in front of all those people, okay, not talking, is quite a big thing, really. And it's great for yourself, and it does an awful lot for your personal esteem. But it's great to be up there to be showing the rest of your team that actually you know me, and you've heard all these other people say, well, you know, if I can do it, you can do it. And maybe lots of them are sitting there thinking, oh yeah, but I don't know you. But I think it does it for the team then as well, because they know me and they know I'm just your ordinary everyday person, just the same as they are. Yeah. And all these things are actually achievable. And
all you've been doing is just doing the same thing as them for just a bit longer.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the same as all of us. Yeah,
absolutely. And that feeling of recognition. I mean, let's face it, it's an unusual thing to get in a workplace these days. Not many people can say they've had free holidays from work, or even just been given a bottle of flowers or a bottle of champagne for hitting the target or whatever these days, can they?
No, absolutely not. The what I got for 30 years of working for somebody else is, oh, thank you very much. It's cheaper to employ 10 Indians. Off you go. You're now redundant. Oh, what a great thank you that was. But since I've joined this company, like you said, I've had 3 weekend breaks away, a 6-star cruise, my first brand new car ever, and lots of friendships. And I've helped lots of other people as well. And do you know what? It was great to hear Adrian talk just then, because when I first met Adrian 2, 3, however many years ago, he's such a different person now and far more positive. I think he was working in the care industry. And yeah, this has given him and his family so much more hope. That's just a fantastic feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I say, that it's that recognition that it doesn't just motivate you and give you that great feeling. It motivates everybody around you as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, we are just all ordinary. Well, no, we are extraordinary, ordinary people, to be fair, because we know we get so many no's. We know there are lots of people out there who are just ordinary. So yeah, we are extraordinary because we've actually seen the light that lots of those other people will never see.
Absolutely. One of my favourite ever quotes from the very wonderful Claire Hingot was that we are prepared to do, well, I think she stole it from somebody, but she always says, we're prepared to do today what others will not do in order to have the things tomorrow that others will not have. And I just think that's so, so true, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And yeah, you know, nothing ever grows in that comfort zone. So we've all got to get used to just being uncomfortable. Just be comfortable being uncomfortable, because that's the way we grow.
Amazing. Amazing. Kath, you're a superstar too. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
okay, so just before we wind up, I hope you've all got a bit of a great feel now of the fact that events are really, really, they are the absolute glue that holds this business together for so many different reasons. And obviously, as we've mentioned, there's lots of events happening all the time. There's opportunity presentations, there's business launches, there's, team meetings and all sorts of different things happening. Yeah, absolutely. Pardon, Dad?
And Pizza Tuesday.
And Pizza Tuesday coming up. I can't forget Pizza Tuesday. I hope you've all got your tickets booked. But we do have Express Day coming up, which is absolutely massive. And I hope you've all got your tickets booked. I'm sure you have, because you're on here in the first place. But for the last person I wanted to speak to, just very quickly, I'm going to unmute the very lovely Reese, who is the biggest bundle of energy on my group chat. I can't keep up with him. He's amazing. And Reese joined, am I right thinking you joined the business nearly a year ago, Reese?
Yeah, I came to Express Day and joined like 2 or 3 days later.
Okay, so you came to Express Day as a guest.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. So you wanted to get a feel for it. So this is going to show everybody the power of saying, I'm not just coming along myself. I'm going to bring somebody with me. So tell me, Reese, I assume did you have any idea what you were getting yourself into when you went along to Express Day?
So I was shown utility house back in October, like the year before. And to be entirely honest, I went in and I thought I knew what utility house was. I kind of made my mind up before I went in. Oh yeah, I'll give it a go, but I didn't really get it.
Yeah.
And luckily, Judith, who signed me up, she messaged me a month later and then 2 months later, and I said, yeah, I'm into it, so I will sign up. And then she said in January or February, listen, if you're still interested, I got a spare ticket for Express Day. Do you want to come down? So I checked my diary, agreed to it, then found out I was in Telford, so it was like 2 hours away. I'd agreed to it. I was going to go. And anyone who came to Express Day last year, it snowed bad. So
it did snow bad.
it was like a journey to go down there. But to be entirely honest, I went down there and I walked in the room and I thought, I knew better. Utility house was okay. There's nothing special about it. There was other companies that did the same kind of thing. And I explained to Judith, I got schooled. Everything I thought was okay. As I went through the day, I thought, bloody hell, this is really good. And then as the day went on, I thought, wow, this is really, really good. And then as the day went on, I thought I could do this. And then they announced the annual holiday incentives. And Machu Picchu, Peru, I've always wanted to go there. I've never been able to afford it. And yeah, I just thought, bloody hell, like that's really achievable. I can do that quite easily.
Totally.
And yes, I joined then a few days later, and I potted along. I haven't gone above and beyond. I'm not great at referrals. I'm not great at door knocking. I haven't smashed it like a lot of people have, but I've just potted along, got a little bit better and got a little better. And yeah, I hit Machu Picchu this month. So I've now got enough points to go. So I'm going next year.
Woohoo! I hadn't actually realised that you've actually qualified. Reese, that is phenomenal. Massive, massive congratulations. You must be beyond excited.
Oh, like it won't sink in until like the day I get on the plane probably. Yeah, it's mad. But the crazy thing is I've got like, so I bought in 3 distributors who had hampers at Christmas. 3 of my distributors are qualified reps already. And like there's, I think 7 or 8 people I've bought in this year who are going to Express Day and as excited as I am about the holidays for next year.
Amazing.
It's crazy. It's like you aim for one thing. Like I was only ever aiming for the holiday, and just everything else comes at the same time. And I look at the portal and I look at the opportunity, and I read through it and I read the T's and C's and other things available, and I'm still learning things today. I'm thinking, oh wow, I'm almost qualified for this, so I'm working towards this as well. So there's so much more to it. It's mind-boggling.
Amazing. So Reese, last thing then. So what have you been saying to your team to get them to Express Day? What should we all be picking up the phones and saying to our teams to get them to Express Day?
Mainly, I suppose I tell them that I thought I knew everything, and it took Express Day to kind of go down for me to think. Like it took my mindset from, oh, it's just okay. Anyone who says to me, you tell them I can't save money, they don't understand it. Anyone who doesn't, who says that they can't make money, they don't understand it. So for me, to go to Express Day is just find out. I think Dave Ross said something fabulous. He said, stop sort of trying to think about scripts and just talk to people and find out what their problems are, because utility house helps people in lots of different ways. So if they want a holiday, if they want the extra income, if they want, extra income, more time, there's a reason that it'll kind of hit somebody. But either way, those holidays are a really nice incentive to push for. So personally, I just tell everybody that if you don't go, you won't get the buzz and you won't kind of push for it the same way everybody else will. Yeah, I'm excited about not just myself going this year, but a handful of people in my team who I know will push those holidays as well and just make it grow.
Fantastic. And that's all in just the space of a year. Again,
yeah.
Be here a year from today. So if you've achieved that much in just 1 year, Reese, where are you going to be this time next year when you go?
Do you know what my goal is? So I'm nearly 50 plus. My goal is senior team leader by MAD and then group leader by Express Day next year, which I know the ins and outs. I know what I have to do. I know what the group has to do to get there, but it's achievable. You just got to do it. So that's my goal. And yeah, nothing will stop me. So I know my best is good enough to do it, and I've got to do it. So at the moment I'm on 45 personal customers, and I'm going to be 100 by Express Day. So watch this space. I know I will be.
Amazing. Reese, thank you so much. I hope that has been of help to anybody. Dad, have you got anything that you'd like to add before we disappear off?
No, I think that's just about all, Hazel. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Just so important to get there. I found it phenomenal when I've been. People have said to me the walk-in and the atmosphere is so electric. Not experienced it anywhere else. So it is important to be there.
Definitely. Brilliant. Thank you for co-hosting with me this evening. I hope that has been of use to you. If you haven't got your ticket booked, then get yourself onto the partner portal immediately that we sign off from this Zoom call and get yourself booked. And if you have booked, then spend some time picking up the phone and making sure all your team have booked and organising it to go with you. But I'm going to leave you be. Have a wonderful Sunday evening, and I will look forward to catching up with you all again very soon. See you on the 16th and 17th of March in Telford. Bye!